First off, I gotta say, I was like, why does Gavin want to do the interview so early? I figured that you would want to, like, rock star, getting up late, the whole thing. That's not happening anymore.
Well, yeah, I don't know why it was this early. They just put it this early. I don't know. We stayed at a friend of mine's house yesterday, so we left anyway at 9. So I was
Okay,
awake anyway. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
okay. But you're on the road now because I know you're going to be in New
Yeah.
Jersey next week.
Next week in New Jersey, my boy turns 16. Zuma turns 16 on that day, so it's a really big day for us. And yeah, I got like a family coming in, and my other son Kingston comes to meet us. My sister comes in. It'll be a really excellent, fun few days.
I was like, how is the hair still looking like that?
Well, I mean, I've probably got bust bedhead. It's not the best. It's not much glam going on here. The preparation. I was like, oh, great! It's a Zoom. Perfect.
Well, you got the great hair genes. You're looking good. So tell me how the tour is going so far.
It's unbelievable. Like, it's really so beautiful to just have all these years. Like, it feels like a celebration. Most people in bands, they want to, we all want to keep going. We want to make new music, and yet sometimes you got to just celebrate what you've done, what you've achieved, and somehow it's like it's not revisionist, but it's sort of it just feels great to celebrate all this time. And it's funny because so many people are coming out that haven't seen us for a while, you know? And I want to be like saying, "No, we need you every year. Don't be like don't be waiting for these big celebrations. It really helps when you come and see us all the time." But
It must be different now because doing this now at
yeah,
58 versus 28. How's that going for you?
uh, the spirit inside always feels the same. You know what I mean? That's the funny thing. When I was beginning, you know, anyone over 40 was like a dead person walking when you're a kid. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they sit down? So it's funny how you decide the spirit that you have in your body. You decide it. Your vitality is dependent on your attitude. And so for me, it's just trying to make a great, amazing show. And I suppose the big difference was that when you first start, like 30 years ago, there's no horizon, there's no end, right? You're just making music, doing shows, living your life. You don't think about an ending. And now, when you reach the second part, you go, "Oh man, that really sucks." That I understand what 30 years actually really is.
Yeah,
So
of
it just
course.
made me, I think, care about it even more in a funny way.
Did you ever imagine though? I mean, here we are, you're almost 60, but you're still rocking. Did you ever think I'm still going to be doing it when I get to 60?
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no. Never thought about anything like that. I mean, I don't think that you do. You know what I mean? You just live. I mean, other people remind you of things like those kind of milestones, and you go, "God damn it, I'm still younger than Brad Pitt."
You are. Don't forget
Al-
that.
Always will be. Always will be.
And I feel
Yeah.
like the 90s rock is perhaps the last great rock era. What would you say about that and the state of today's rock?
I would not. I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't. I mean, obviously, some amazing bands at that time, but you still have some pretty incredible bands that are playing.
Hmm.
Um, so I go and see shows. I mean, I see Deftones, Mastodon, Muse, Idols, um, Fontaine's DC. There's some cool things happening. It's quite difficult for bands to get heard in the way they used to. Radio isn't quite as powerful as it was. MTV doesn't exist for bands anymore.
I know, right?
So we had
Like,
that crazy leg up that we can't take for granted. But great music is great music.
I want to go back to 16 Stone. I mean, it's was such a huge record. It's the kind of record that, records won't ever sell that much again, kind of thing because the business has changed, right?
Mm.
So take me back to like the making of that. And your special memories of it because it's a record
Yeah,
that any band or any artist would kill to sell that many records nowadays.
yeah, yeah, it's incredible. I mean, my favorite thing about it was its complete innocence. You know, it was innocent. It was innocent of any expectation. I didn't know what lay ahead. For me, it was just like the biggest thing to be a musician when I was a kid growing up was to have a record deal. I couldn't see further than my nose, like where that could take me. You know what I mean? It was not like nowadays people have it so that, you know, they see, social media brings you the consequences or the spoils of fame more than the work. So I just think back to that beautiful innocence of just being so excited to I just wanted to make a record. I
Hmm.
didn't care. I was like, I said I was going to be a musician. So just to make an album of recorded music that I had written, made with my band, that was the G5 of life. That was it. I was like, cool.
Wow.
You can kill me now. I made that record.
Yeah.
Everyone can go themselves. I made a record.
I wonder, do the songs now, singing them now, what do they mean now versus what they meant back then?
More than ever because if I sing, when you play that song, you play Come Down, you play This Morning, you're thinking about your life, you're thinking about so it's your song, it's not my song. You played it, it's yours.
Hmm.
And so it's the same way with singing them. I sing them connected with what's happening to me right now in the present moment. Uh, and so in a way, all the songs remain beautifully fresh, cryogenically sealed forever. And every time I take them out, I just sing about what was going through my head because that's the only way things are real.
So
So yeah.
2002, you broke up.
Well, we took a bit of time out, and I did a side project in the side project, Institute, then did a solo record, and then I wanted to do Bush too much. I didn't really like doing the solo stuff. Felt weird, so I enjoyed getting back to doing the band. Yeah, I came back with a sea of memories.
Yeah, no, it was like so there was the one solo album, but you, I guess, never felt like you really wanted to completely go solo, huh?
I don't think if you have a big band, people don't want the singers to go have solo projects. They don't want it. For me, the solo record felt too indulgent and too much my name, and it just wasn't. I like the band mentality. I like the
Right.
wolf pack. I just like that strength, and so it's really as simple as that.
How has your relationship evolved, like from 30 years ago to today?
Great. I mean, we've spent more time with each other than with our families in some ways. I've had dinner with those guys as many times I've had dinner with my kids. It's crazy. So it's just beautiful how we all coexist.
Mm-hmm.
We coexist. We understand each other. We give each other the right space. We know what each of us need, and we work like a real good tight knit family. And I think I think that comes across when we play music. We play music like that. We work off of each other, so it's all positive.
That's awesome. I got to ask you about Gwen. Like, you guys were sort of like the '90s, you know, poster couple of rock. And first of all, was that a lot of pressure? Because I mean, it's when you are the ideal that we all see from outside. Um, that must not. It must be kind of stressful, I would imagine.
I mean, any relationship is stressful, but not for those reasons. You know, we had an amazing time, and it was interesting. It's crazy how life works out, and now all that and then nothing. So it's incredible. The best gift of life is children, and I have three beautiful boys from that time, and they're the pride of my life.
And would you like to see them follow in the footsteps of their
I
dad and
just
their
want to see
mom?
them, just want to see them happy
Hmm.
and likable and cool people. You know, well, there's too many people in it that kind of just take. I think it's really important to give in the world. All of us give a little bit of something of ourselves every day. In an idealistic, simple way, the world is a better place. So they're just good people. Good people to make the world better. That's all I care about. What they do with their lives. I hope they just remain interesting and curious. That's all that matters, really.